back to Winning Isn't Easy. Tips for how to answer that question. What do you do during a typical day on a disability carrier plan's activity of daily living forms? Now, I know that you might be tempted to say that you really don't do anything and that you really don't have a typical day and leave it at that. But that's not going to work. You most likely have organized your day around what you need to do on a personal basis to take care of your personal needs and what needs to be done around the house. So get out a piece of paper and write down what you do from the time you get up to the time you go to bed. What is it that you do to take care of your personal needs? What problems do you have getting in and out of bed? Bathing, dressing, cooking, eating, preparing meals, if you will, and cleaning up that mess. So you want to think about all the things you do on a daily basis and consider, can you do those on a sustained basis? Do you have to take breaks? Do you have to take naps after you do this basic activity, or do you have to get off your feet and elevate your legs or ice? Have you made any modifications to your bathroom, shower, or kitchen? You want to be able to tell the disability carrier or plan what it is you do, the modifications that you've made, and the problems that you have. Now, think about what needs to be done around your house. Do you do the laundry? Do you sweep? Do you Swifter? Do you vacuum? Do you dust? Do you go shopping? How long can you do any one of those activities at one time? For example, do you need assistance, taking the laundry to the washing machine, putting it in, and then taking it out, and then putting it in the dryer, and then folding the laundry or putting the laundry away? For some of my clients, that has to be broken up in the course of the day, and people have to help. So you need to be thinking about those sorts of things. For example, do you have a Roomba to vacuum around? Do you have family or friends that come in? Do you, if you do it, break it up? What are you doing? Is it just a little area of a counter? In other words, it's not the king's castle. You're probably breaking it up, based on things that need to be done or rooms that need to be done. Now, I'm sure that you are potentially going grocery shopping. Some of you use Instacart or other delivery services, which is fine. But, some of you are probably going to the grocery store. And if you've got kids, just because you're unable to work doesn't mean that you are not trying to be the best parent you can. You might be taking them to school or picking them up. But you also might have somebody who carpools or who is available to pick up your child if you are having a bad day. You probably aren't engaging in the kids' activities. You might be attending, a school activity, but you probably pay the price. So you want to be thinking about those things. And of course, driving is an issue. Are you attending your doctor's appointments by Zoom? Are you going to doctor's visits? How long does it take to get there? Do you have to make stops? How many stops do you have to make? Do you have somebody who will take you on days that you're having difficulty? You just need to think about that. On the way home, are you running into the grocery store? Are you doing a full Thanksgiving style shopping trip? Or are you just, quote unquote, running in to get some milk, either holding onto the cart or riding on an electric cart? And how do you feel after you do all these activities? Think again about what you do and the price that you pay. That's particularly true, even in the most mundane things. One of the things that carriers might want to know is, do you watch TV or do you get on the computer? And you may be tempted to say yes and yes and yes. But having the TV on in the background for noise is different than watching, a movie on Netflix. At least in Netflix, you can potentially stop it and start and come back. So you need to be thinking about that. Do you have problems concentrating on what's going on in the course of a show? So you can see, just with these basic kinds of questions that I've just run through, you aren't doing nothing. So don't say, I don't do anything, okay? On the other hand, we don't want to write War and Peace. We don't want to write a book. The ERISA disability carrier or plan is looking for a good description of what it is you do in terms of your daily activities, but not a minute-by-minute description of what it is you're going to do. Why? Well, too much detail can be a problem because the carrier is going to review your medical records and those social media accounts, if you have them, to see whether what you're telling your doctor is consistent with what's on the form or what's on that social media account. So it's consistency. And they may be inclined, based on what you say, or to put surveillance on you because they're looking for inconsistencies between what you reported and what you're actually doing. So write enough that somebody would understand what your life looks like on a daily basis and the fact that you have good days and bad days. Explain what you do on a good day. Explain what you do on a bad day. Explain the price you pay for having a good day. So I want you to be honest and not exaggerate. But once you've completed the form and sections of the form, put it aside for a day or two. Have somebody else read it. Does it tell an accurate and complete story, what it's like for you on a daily or a weekly basis? Better yet, if you're represented, you want your attorney to review it and compare it to what's in your medical records before it's submitted. We don't want you to plant a denial bomb in your answers. You don't want something you've said to blow up in your face and be grounds for a claim, denial, or termination. Got it? Let's take a break.
Professional with questions about your individual disability policy? You need the Disability Insurance Claim Survival Guide for Professionals. This book gives you a comprehensive understanding of your disability policy, with tips and to-dos that will assist you in submitting a winning disability application. This is one you don't want to miss. For the next 24 hours, we are giving away free copies of the Disability Insurance Claim Survival Guide for Professionals. Order yours today at disabilityclaimsforprofessionals.com.